The kitchen on the USS Abraham Lincoln hadn't seen a single accident in 2,847 days. Maintaining that record was Lieutenant Sarah Martinez's job, the food safety officer for the kitchen that fed 5,000 people on the ship. Most people didn't even know her name. She was just known as that clipboard lady. The bureaucrat who did hygiene checks, examined dates, got hung up on boring rules. Nobody noticed why she walked the same route every day, why she tested every door, why she memorized emergency exit routes, why her hands were constantly moving with a warrior's reflexes. At 03:47, the kitchen crew was on night shift. 47 people, cooks, dishwashers, prep staff, preparing 5,000 portions for breakfast. Then the lights went out completely. Not even emergency lighting. And in the darkness, a sound, gunfire, screaming, then shouting in Arabic. There had been an infiltration, 6 terrorists target the ship's reactor. But first, control the crew, and 47 people to be controlled were in the kitchen. Sarah Martinez in the darkness froze. Something she'd been trying to hide for 8 years was about to surface. Because Sarah Martinez wasn't just a food safety officer. Before, she had another name. Another life, and in that life, she was Navy SEAL Team 6's first female operator. Hiding time was over. Drop a comment with your country, and don't forget to subscribe, because the next 37 minutes, 47 people will see how a woman with a secret past fought against 6 terrorists with kitchen knives, pots, and her experience. This isn't an action story. This is a lesson. Never underestimate the quiet woman in the kitchen. Sarah Martinez's real name, Lieutenant Sarah Ghost Reyes. In 2015, she was the Navy SEAL's first female candidate, BUD/S. That terrible selection program. 6 months, 75% dropout rate. Sarah didn't quit. Hell week, 5 days, 4 hours sleep, constant physical torture, freezing in the ocean, crawling in the sand. Instructors screaming, "Ring the bell! End this!" Sarah didn't ring it. She graduated, assigned to SEAL Team 6. 6 years, 89 missions, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Somalia, Yemen, classified operations. Her name never appeared in any report. But in 2019, a mission went wrong. Hostage rescue, Syria. 12 hostages, 30 terrorists. Sarah's team went in, and an explosive detonated early. 3 SEALs died. Sarah survived, but her arm was shattered. 8 months rehabilitation. Doctors, you can't return to operational duties. Sarah, then what can I do? Navy, training, or transition program, regular duty. Sarah chose to stay a SEAL. Even if no longer operational, she'd stay in the Navy. But she requested routine duty, quiet, invisible. Food safety officer, perfect. USS Abraham Lincoln, super aircraft carrier, 5,000 crew, the kitchen, the heart of the ship. When Sarah was assigned there, nobody took her seriously. Head chef, senior chief, petty officer Mike Bull Rodriguez, 25 years at sea. Tough, authoritarian. Martinez, he said on the first day, "You're doing food safety. Got your clipboard? Good. Check dates, check hygiene, but don't interfere with my kitchen. Understood?" "Understood, chef." "Good, because here I'm God, and you are just a clerk." The crew treated her the same way. Sous chef, petty officer, first class. David Chen. "Clipboard ladies here. Come on, guys, look clean." Cook's assistant, Seaman James Carter. She probably never cooked anything more complex than ramen. Dishwasher, petty officer, second class, Maria Gonzalez. Food safety, easiest job on the ship. Just fill out forms. Sarah said nothing, held her clipboard, took notes, was invisible, but she was observing. She'd memorized the kitchen layout. Every door, every exit, every corner. She knew where the knives were. She'd memorized the locations of fire extinguishers. She'd read the emergency protocols, those boring files nobody read. And every day she exercised. At night, on the empty deck, running, push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, treating her arm, physical therapy exercises. It hurt, but she did them because Sarah knew one day, maybe, those skills might be needed. 3 months later, the ship patrolling the Persian Gulf. Routine. Boring. Sarah in the kitchen checking dates. Rodriguez yelled at her, "Martinez, these chickens are expired. How did you miss this?" Sarah looked. "Chef, those chickens arrived yesterday. The date is today's date." "Don't talk back to me. You're just a clerk." Chen laughed. "Chef's right. Clipboard lady." "Maybe you should get your eyes checked." Sarah said nothing, took her notes, left. But inside, not anger, sadness. Because these people never saw her, and soon they would. 0347, night shift. 47 people were in the kitchen. Sarah, with her clipboard, was checking the cold storage. Then the lights went out. Completely. Sarah instinctively froze, held her breath, listened. 5 seconds. Silence. Then, pat, pat, pat. Gunfire from the deck. Distant. Then screams. Then shouting in Arabic. Sarah's brain instantly switched to SEAL mode. Situation: ship infiltration, armed hostiles, 47 civilians in kitchen. Weapons: none, but knives available. Advantage: darkness, knowledge of terrain. Disadvantage: outnumbered, civilians to protect. Plan: assess, protect if necessary, attack. In the kitchen, panic had started. Chen: "What's happening?" Rodriguez: "Stay calm. Just a power outage." Carter: "Was that gunfire?" Gonzalez: "God, they're going to shoot us." Then the metal door opened. Hard. Light. Tactical flashlight. 2 men entered, armed. AK-47s. They shouted in Arabic, "On the ground! All of you! Now!" Kitchen staff hit the floor, hands behind backs. In fear. Rodriguez: "What do you want?" "We're just cooks." Terrorist 1: "Shut up." English. Heavy accent. Terrorist 2: into his radio. "Kitchen secure. 47 hostages." Voice from radio. "Good. Stay there. We're going to the reactor." Sarah, in the cold storage, was watching through the crack in the door. 2 terrorists. AK-47s. But weak discipline, loose trigger position, poor recoil control, amateurs, dangerous but untrained. Sarah calculated options. Option 1, hide. Maybe they won't see you. Option 2, surrender. Get on the ground with the 47 others. Option 3, attack. 2 armed men. You're unarmed. Sarah chose none of them, because at that moment, one of the terrorists walked toward the cold storage. "Anyone else in here?" he shouted. Sarah had 3 seconds. The terrorist opened the door, held his flashlight inside. Sarah wasn't there. The terrorist entered, held his weapon in front. "Come out!" he shouted. Sarah was behind the ceiling, holding on to cooling pipes, silently. The terrorist walked between the shelves, pointed his flashlight everywhere, then gave up, turned, walked to the door to leave. That moment, Sarah dropped, silently, from behind. One hand covered the terrorist's mouth, other hand twisted his neck. Professional technique. Silent kill. The terrorist struggled. 3 seconds. Then motionless. Sarah lowered him to the ground slowly, took his weapon. A K-47. Magazine check. Full 30 rounds. Took the flashlight. Took the radio. Then went outside. In the kitchen, Terrorist 2 called on the radio. "Ahmed, where are you?" No answer. "Ahmed." Sarah from the darkness. "Ahmed's not here." Terrorist 2 turned, pointed his flashlight at Sarah. Sarah pointed the AK-47 at him. "Drop your weapon." Terrorist 2 was shocked. You're a cook." "No," Sarah said calmly. "I'm not a cook." Terrorist 2 tried to raise his weapon. Sarah fired. Single shot. Hit chest. Terrorist 2 fell. Kitchen silence. 47 people lying on the ground looked at Sarah in shock. Rodriguez, mouth open. "Martinez, you." What? Sarah turned to them. Everyone, listen now. This ship has been hijacked by terrorists. 2 are dead here. 4 more remain. Their target, probably the reactor. Our job, survive. Understood, Chen. You how? This isn't the time to talk. All of you, into the cold storage. Lock yourselves in. Don't open until I come back. Gonzalez, where are you going? Sarah checked the AK-47. There are 4 more terrorists, and if they reach the reactor, 5,000 people on this ship die. So, I'm going to stop them. Rodriguez, alone? You're crazy. Sarah looked at him. For the first time, he really saw her. Chef, she said calmly, I'm not just a clerk. You're about to learn that. Sarah left the kitchen, into the corridor. Darkness, only emergency lighting, red. From the radio, Arabic voices. Ahmed and Khalil aren't responding. Go check. Okay. Sarah hid around the corner, waited. Footsteps, approaching. Terrorist 3 turned the corner, held his flashlight. Sarah, behind him, approached silently. One hand covered his mouth, the other knife, kitchen knife. Deadly. Terrorist 3 died. Silently. Sarah took his weapon. Now she had 2 AK-47s. Radio. Rashid isn't responding. Damn it. Come back. We'll all go to the reactor. Sarah thought 3 terrorists left. Going to reactor. Reactor, lower decks of ship, narrow corridors, perfect for close quarters combat. Sarah's specialty. 10 minutes later, reactor corridor 3 terrorists were approaching the reactor door, preparing to place explosives. Leader, terrorist leader, name Mahmoud, place the explosives. Will detonate in 5 minutes. Terrorist 4, understood. Terrorist 5, and the crew, Mahmoud, they'll die. All of them. Sarah, 20 meters back, in darkness, watching. 3 targets, narrow corridor, no crossfire risk. Sarah shouldered the AK-47, breathed, aimed. Bam, bam, bam. Terrorist 5 fell. Bam, bam. Terrorist 4 fell. Mahmoud turned, fired, randomly. Panic. Sarah took cover. Bullets hit the wall. Mahmoud's magazine, empty. Tried to reload. Sarah, clear field, advanced, fast. Mahmoud pulled a knife. Come on then. Sarah dropped her weapon, pulled her knife. Mahmoud attacked, experienced, hard. Sarah blocked, counter, technique. The fight lasted 15 seconds. In the end, Sarah's knife was in Mahmoud's chest. Mahmoud fell. Last breath. Who are you? Sarah. Someone you never knew. Ship secure. Terrorists neutralized. Next day, debriefing. Captain's quarters. Captain Patricia Miller. Lieutenant Martinez, she said, but then stopped. Sarah answered, technically, Captain, my rank is no longer lieutenant. I'm in the transition program. Miller looked at the file. Navy SEAL Team 6, 89 missions, Silver Star, Purple Heart, and you. We're doing food safety. Transition program, ma'am. I couldn't return to operational duties, but I wanted to serve. And last night, I did what was necessary, ma'am. Miller nodded. You saved 47 people. You saved 5,000 people on this ship. You're a hero. Just did my job. 2 weeks later, Kitchen Sarah with her clipboard was checking dates. Rodriguez approached her. Reyes. I'm sorry, I never saw you. Rodriguez, it's okay. No, it's not okay. You saved us, and I treated you like a clerk. Chen joined. We all did. We're sorry. Sarah smiled, accepted. But know this, I'm still doing food safety, checking dates. That's important too. Gonzalez. But you were a SEAL. Why food safety? Sarah looked at the kitchen. Because every role matters. Everyone here is part of the ship, and I am honored to be part of you. Sarah Martinez continued working on the USS Abraham Lincoln, but now nobody underestimated her. Sailors saluted her with respect. The crew called her Ghost, and every night when the kitchen shift ended, Sarah went out on deck, looked at the ocean, and thought, maybe the best warriors are the invisible ones. Maybe the most dangerous people are the ones holding clipboards. And maybe the greatest heroes are the ones who are never famous.